also the approach of urban renewal organization of Tehran for regeneration deteriorated areas of Tehran through improving the quality of public spaces. About the importance of public spaces, as you know, mankind as a social creature has the need of social attractions. A city or neighborhood should have sufficient public spaces to maintain social interaction between inhabitants. The character of a city is defined by its streets and public spaces, and people imagine the city through this feature. Public spaces are the backbone and the main structure of the city and make the urban spaces for a city. Public spaces have a historical background which goes back to utopian ideas of democracy, ancient Greek agora and Roman forums. And also, as you know, the importance of public space in building a pleasant environment for human beings to work, dwell, and relax in was emphasized in the Athens Charter in 1933 in the 4th Siam Congress. And we usually imagine public spaces as an urban open space, accessible to all citizens with ideal enclosed form, and welcome everybody and have no limitation for people. Well, public spaces are defined as places publicly owned or have public use, and they are not private. Places accessible and enjoyable for everybody freely. Places for social interactions that facilitate the dialogue between people. Places balance the intensity and social isolation of complex urban life. Places to create social capital and to improve the identity of the community by making individual and collective memories. There are some constraints on the creation and management of public spaces. For example, maintenance of the public spaces have a lot of cost. Perceived or real insecurity in public spaces make some problems for the cities. Weakening of social cohesion, the little regard for the public properties, and the increasing frequency of acts and vandalism. And the pressure from speculative real estate interest that maybe make many problems for the management. And the sectoralization of the administrative structures and the frequent lack of communication between various departments for making a public space desirable. Urban regeneration has been an accepted strategy for reviving cities through recent years. The process of urban revitalization in most European countries and the United States after the Second World War can be roughly divided in three stages. The first stage from 1950 to 1970 was urban reconstruction. It was because of the Second World War that focused on physical renovation of the cities. And the second stage was from 1970 to 1990, focused on the relationships between economic regeneration and also social and physical rehabilitation because of the postmodernism ideas. And the third stage, from 1990 up to the present, urban regeneration has become the main strategy of city developers, a comprehensive and integrated approach that may contain all dimensions together. Urban regeneration is recommended where the regrowth of economic activity has been lost, the restoration of social function has been decayed, the social inclusion and cohesion has been weakened, the restoration of environmental quality or ecological balance has been lost. As I told you, urban regeneration have many dimensions, but especially in social and economic dimension, we can say that urban regeneration has to meet the social objectives of the people by improving their quality of life and enhancing the image of the city for people. While for centuries, the quality of urban environment has been an outcome of the economic growth of cities, nowadays the quality of urban space has become a prerequisite for economic competitiveness of the cities. About the role of public space in urban regeneration, we can say that physical renewal is usually necessary action, but not sufficient for successful regeneration. Public open space construction has become an essential part of many successful urban regeneration policies. The quality of the built environment and urban spaces are important components of the physical dimension in urban regeneration. The redesign of urban spaces like squares as local centers recommended in Leipzig Charter and become a powerful instrument in urban regeneration. As you see in the chart, the Leipzig Charter contains many different dimensions that high-quality public spaces and regenerated neighborhoods are the main, some of the main goals of the sustainable communities. The shape and character of the public space and the life they generate are putting their mark on the image of the city for all people. Creating public open space has been used as a tool to improve the urban environment and livability of cities. And about urban regeneration in Tehran, we can say the main administrative organization which is responsible for urban renewal in Tehran is Urban Renewal Organization of Tehran, that we can call it UROT, which was established in 1968, about 50 years ago. The importance of neighborhood renewal has been prioritized by the Municipality of Tehran since 1997, and UROT started to make plans and implement several projects in these areas from that time. UROT has many approaches since 1997 up to now for regenerating the deteriorated areas. From 1997 to 2005, the centralized authoritative approach was the main goal of this organization. From 2006 up to 2011, the facilitative approach has become a main strategy. From 2007 up to now, the integrated and coordinated management approach, and from 2017 up to now, the neighborhood development approach have become the main strategies of this organization. By considering the sustainable urban regeneration as a main urban policy of the government of Iran, Municipality of Tehran and UROT adopted neighborhood development approach in 2017 as the main strategy. The fundamental principles of neighborhood development approach was accessibility to all services for all people, safety, security, and environmental sustainability, strengthening local communities, inclusiveness in all facilities for people. UROT is preparing and planning to implement the Neighborhood Development Plan, NDP, by 60 neighborhood development offices around the city that support about 175 neighborhoods by attracting residents and other responsible organizations to make participate. And you see the map of Tehran and the area of the neighborhood development plan, offices support them. The strategic plan of Tehran as the main development plan is issued by municipality about 12 years ago. It was necessary to supply some local scale plans containing major neighborhood development advice. Neighborhood Development Plan, NDP, have been prepared by local renewal offices all around the city. NDPs contain some advice due to improve qualities of social spaces by defining some projects. And as you know, the strategic plan contains vision, goal, strategy, action plan, and projects. Nowadays, about 175 participation-led NDPs are becoming prepared in Tehran. Neighborhood development plan has many dimensions, and its main goal is to define urban regeneration projects. Some of them is to create and improve the public spaces for improving the quality of existing public spaces and also creating more desirable places as new public spaces. Participation as a principle is very important in defining these urban areas, in defining projects, designing projects, implementing the project. And all the inhabitants, UROT, community-based organizations, neighborhood development office as the planner of the plan, municipality and the local council are responsible and make participant. And some regeneration projects in Tehran can be present here. The first is rehabilitation of Mansouri public space in District 13, Region 13. It was an abandoned space in the neighborhood, and you can see the photo of before the regeneration and after the regeneration, and all the people and inhabitants make decisions on the design of the project and also in implementation. And the second is pedestrianization of Tarkhani Pass in Sanglaj. Sanglaj is a historical neighborhood in Iran, and the objectives of plan was improvement of urban landscape, promoting the social security, revitalizing the social life, community development by public participation, and reviving the historical identity. The third one is public space of Atabak. Atabak is a very deteriorated area in Tehran, and as you see, there is an abandoned area which is the property of UROT, and we make decisions to make this place as a public space. The next project is rehabilitation of Naib al-Saltaneh Bazar. The Naib al-Saltaneh is a market located in Sirus neighborhood. It's a historical neighborhood too, and restoration and regeneration of this local public space that would promote the quality of life, livability, and vitality is the mission of the policy maker and urban planners. You can see the photo of before regeneration and after regeneration. It has been done by participation of people and also municipality and UROT. And the next is development plan of Tehran-Tabriz railway corridor, which called Nilufari corridor. The Tehran-Tabriz railway line is located in the southwest of Tehran. By transferring the railway to the underground by the railway company in 2013, about 50 hectares of land was released, and the main goals are regeneration of around deteriorated areas and also creating public spaces in this area. You can see the map of this project and also perspectives from the project. And the next is public space of Minabi, which is in 15 region of Tehran. And as you see, people make decisions on the design of this area, and they tell their ideas to make a better design. And also you see the photo of today's this land and the plan of this area. That's all. Thank you.